Hi, thanks for stopping by. I wanted to take a few moments to share with you exactly how we sharpen the knives once you send them to us. I'm going to start with a knife that I would consider would be probably about a 4 on a 10 scale as far as sharpness. This is not a very sharp knife at all. Looks like it's probably a handmade knife, just a typical hunting knife with about a 6-inch blade. Normally we would take and start, we have a 5-station sanding system here that we will actually change the belts. Sometimes we will use 8 to 10 belts on a knife depending on the condition of the knife when we get it in. This particular knife I can probably start and work my way through and get a pretty nice edge on it without having to actually change any belts, and it'll just save some time here on this video. So let's get some glasses on here and we'll get started. We're going to start with a 240 grit on this particular knife. Sometimes we'll go down to a 120. The idea behind what we're trying to do is to create what we call a burr on one side of the knife. So I'm going to work this blade on one side until I get that burr coming up. And basically what that is that's the metal of the blade just starting to roll over, and I'll be able to feel that. And that's what we want to do, is start creating the foundation for what we have, what we call a razor sharp blade. So let's get started here. You'll notice I move real fast. We never create any real heat on the blade. That's one of the most important things that we have to do, is just to keep that blade temperature cool so it doesn't overheat the blade, and to keep a very uniform, consistent angle on our blade each time. So I'm starting to get a little burr here. I'm going to go about 2 more times and then we're going to hit the other side. Okay, I'm getting a nice burr on it now. You notice I don't put a lot of pressure on the belt. Just enough pressure that we want to create just a little bit of bend in the belt. What that does is that creates what we call a convex edge. So the edge is going to actually look like this. A lot of times electric type grinders will do a 3 or 5 stage process where they'll start out steep, grinding on the blade, and eventually keep getting to a more intense angle as they get down towards the bottom of the blade. This system actually takes off less metal off the blade, and actually very little metal, as a matter of fact. So let me get up the other side and we'll move on down the line. I'm actually going to work that blade until I feel the burr coming back up on the other side. Then the next series is going to be reducing the size of that burr and eventually getting that down to a mirror edge that is razor sharp and ready to shave. light, I can start to see where that edge is getting worked down. It doesn't have near the roughness on it. Eventually, we're going to get it to where it absolutely is a mirror edge. Just it's a very nice shiny edge. We'll work it a couple more times on this one. This particular belt is a 400 grit. We're going to move on down to an 800 grit now. Okay, we're starting to get that burr knocked down pretty good right now. We're going to move to a 1200. As we get down to the final stages, we start using a leather stropping belt. And we do this with two different leather belts with two different compounds on it. These are polishing compounds. I'm just going to use the one, again, just to kind of speed up the process here. And this would be the stage right before our final stage, but it'll give you a good idea of what we're doing.